Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So on this channel, I usually talk about all things feminine, girly, fun, luxurious. Today's video is not about that at all. We just welcomed into our lives an 8-week-old German Shepherd puppy, and I was not as prepared as I thought I was. So in today's video, I'm going to introduce you to our beautiful puppy. I love him to bits. He's amazing. He's so smart, and we love him so much, and he's been such a nice addition to our lives, but definitely a lot of work. 8-week-old puppies in general are a lot of work, but an 8-week-old large breed puppy is like that on steroids. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys little bits and pieces of our first week together, including a couple of little tricks that he's learned and sort of just like realistic day in the life, some stuff that we're struggling with, and also some things that we love about him. So if you guys have ever had a German Shepherd puppy, I would love all of your tips down in the comments. I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of dog training channels and absorbing as much as I could. So anyway, he's a lot of work, but we love him. Okay, without further ado, let's get into today's video. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ivar, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Look at those big paws. Look at those big paws. What's this? What's this? What is that? What is that? Why are we so lazy today, huh? Yeah, he's got sharp little teeth. It's not so bad when he just gives you little love bites, but when he chases you around the house and bites your ankles, that's another problem. That's something we're working on. That's something we're working on, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good boy. Look at those sharp little teeth. These are the two types of treats that I got him for our training and for pee training and stuff. So we've got the Kettle Craft Smoky Canadian Bacon recipe, the small bite one, and then we have the Wellness Soft Puppy Bites in lamb and salmon. He definitely prefers the soft puppy. This is his little puppy food container, has his name on it, just because we also have a cat and I don't want anybody getting confused. So he's got his name on here, and currently we are using Hill Science large breed puppy food. That was the one that was recommended to us by our veterinarian. So yeah, so we've got two different types in here right now because we had already bought him a previous type. The vet suggested that we go with something with a little bit of carbs in it for him as well. So we got the Hill Science, which is kind of expensive. I don't really know because I'm not used to buying dog food, but anyway, he loves it. So we kind of have it mixed half and half just until we get it used up. So that's going really well. And currently he's having half a cup 4 times a day. I also picked him up some of these calming dog treats. These are the Head to Tail Daily Dog Formula. Helps keep your pet calm, it says. It has L-theanine, magnesium, and bovine colostrum, and also lemon balm powder. So I don't really know if these are helping, but they're certainly not hurting. This is his water dish. I don't have his food dish in here because I've been feeding him in his crate just to kind of get him used to eating in his crate and being in his crate and associating his crate with good things, although we do not have him even close to crate trained yet, but we're kind of just like at the point where we're trying to make the crate seem like a fun time. Good things happen in our crate. We like being in our crate. This is his little basket with toys in it. I brought this big soccer ball up because I thought maybe he might like it, because it's funny how he seems to prefer playing with everything else except some of the toys I buy him. So I thought, whatever, let's just try that. He has this little Kamaru stuffed plush dog that actually has a heartbeat in it. So you can actually, it's just in his belly here, you can turn it on and it simulates the feeling and sound of a heartbeat. So that's supposed to help calm him. I haven't had to use it yet. I haven't tried using it. But I was reading that dogs can actually sense a human heartbeat from 15 feet away. So I feel like if I'm in the room, he knows I'm in the room. But if I ever have to leave him, I wonder if this is going to help. I guess we'll find out. We also have a croissant, a squeaky toy croissant, which I'm not going to squeak right now because he's sleeping and I don't want to wake him up. And he really likes this. It's very plush, except he has already put a hole in it and it's only been a couple days. So I don't think that's going to last very long, but he really enjoys things that are really soft and squishy, and he can like really get a good hold on it. So he really likes that. I also have him this toy here, has some rope on it, pretty durable and indestructible. He really enjoys that. And then I got him just a little smaller one. He doesn't play with this one quite as much. He also has a alligator. I think it's an alligator. And this one is also a squeaky toy, but it's not quite as plush as the croissant. And he quite enjoys this one. And then I have him a Nylabone when he wants to chew on something a little bit harder. And he does chew on this from time to time. I think he's teething because he definitely like whines and wants to chew. But he really likes chewing on twigs and sticks outside, and we're trying to discourage him from doing that because I don't want him to choke or get an intestinal blockage or something. So I do have like other things I like him to chew on and play with that are not twigs and leaves. And yeah, still kind of finding those kind of perfect things for him that he enjoys chewing on just as much as my ankles and twigs and leaves. And then he also has this rope for playing tug of war, which he hasn't really shown much interest in. He's probably too young. And then he has a couple balls. He has this tennis ball, which he actually does not like. He does not prefer the tennis ball. I don't know why. It's not very squishy. It's just not his preference. He doesn't like the fabric, but he really does like this ball. He really likes this material. This is the Chuck It ball, and it's more of like a rubber material. This is like his favorite ball. He will like attack this and he'll shake it around like it's an animal, and he'll chase it around, and it squeaks as well. So on the entryway table, this is where we have his little kind of puppy area set up for everything at quick reach if we have to grab it. So he's got his leash and collar here, and then these little poo bags with a little, whatever you call this, little container to put them in, and it hooks right on the end of the leash, so you can easily take it out with you when you have to take him for a potty break. And then we also have a little container with his treat, and then we have these little pet wipes because he has a habit of peeing and then immediately lying down. So I'll wipe his belly for him, I'll wipe his paws, and just in case it gets muddy outside or something like that, or he steps in his own, you know, whatever by accident, then we can give his little paws a wipe. So those are really handy. So I kind of have it set up like that. Obviously it's not like the prettiest thing, but it's kind of like all about necessity at this point in time. We're really just trying to make sure that everybody sleeps and try to minimize accidents. And the priority for training right now is house training and not peeing in the house. That's like the priority. Everything else is just a bonus, but just working on like sleep schedule, where he sleeps, how he sleeps, making sure that we wake up and that he doesn't have an accident. One really good tip that I have is to leave your stuff at the door. So I bought a pair of slippers specifically for potty breaks. I just got these from Walmart. They were like $12. They're super cheap. Ivar actually thinks they're a toy. He loves playing with them. But it's really good to just have your slippers to go outside right by the door, because when he starts sniffing the ground and you think he might have to use the bathroom, or when he wakes up in the middle of the night, there is no time to be fussing with sneakers. There's no time to fuss with your footwear. You literally got to slip them on, grab your jacket, grab his leash, grab him, and you got to go, or else you're going to miss that window and he's going to go on the floor. So having a house coat, which I do have a house coat hung up in the closet, but having like your house coat, your slippers, your leash, everything really, really close by the door, just easy to slip on and off, nothing too fussy. It just has to be like straight in and out. If you deviate at all, if you go anywhere else, like if you stop and pee first, or if you take too long putting on your jacket, he will pee on the floor. And this is his little kind of setup. It was like trial and error at first, because I didn't really know what we would need and what was going to work. And I had no idea, like we're still really new to this. We're still figuring out the whole crate thing. But this is kind of the setup we have right now. So he doesn't really, I've never put him in his crate and left him in his crate. In fact, I don't think I've ever put him in there and shut the door. We're just still at that point where we're trying to make the crate feel like an extension of his home. And he does go in there. He goes in there willingly and plays. He goes in there willingly and has naps. So he likes his crate. I got this one from Pet Value, and I also just got this plush blanket from Walmart to put over top, just to make it seem darker and more comfortable for him. And then I just got a little puppy bed, and then his food dishes in there currently as well, because that's where he's been having his food most of the time, to associate it with positivity. And then, yeah, we're going to start doing a little bit of crate training, a little bit of positive reinforcement, letting him know that when he's in his crate, it's okay. If anybody has any crate tips, please let me know down below, specifically for German Shepherd puppies. But yeah, we haven't used the crate, and honestly, I don't know if I'm even going to resort to it. Like, we might not have to use the crate. I guess it'll depend on how he does, like in the house. Obviously can't leave stuff out that he could hurt himself, like the Christmas tree would have to be put away or quarantined off or whatever. And we'd have to make sure it was a very puppy safe place, but we may never have to use the crate. I don't really know, but it's good to just get him used to it in the meantime. So he's got that crate there. I also do have one of those like pens that you can change the shape. We had that set up for a little bit, but we found we weren't really using it and he wouldn't really go in it. And it didn't make sense to have all these different things. It was just too much. He was confused. He didn't really know like where he should go and what he should do. And so we just decided to minimize it and just like treat it as though he's a member of the family, which he is, and get him accustomed to our routine and the way things are, what he should and shouldn't play with. And that's like, you know, just like having a toddler in the house, teaching them what they can and can't touch. And yeah, I don't know. That's just like, I was like, I'm not going to rearrange my whole house because of the dog. You know, we're going to use a couple tools. We can use a baby gate. And then we also have his bed. And this bed I really like. I wanted a big one even right from puppy stage because he can grow into it. And he also really likes being able to stretch out. So he really likes that bed. And it's funny how dogs automatically know like that's their bed. Like he takes his toys there. He takes all my slippers there. If I ever can't find my pair of shoes, definitely it will be on his bed. He has taken them and put them on his bed. So he knows that this is his spot. And he lays on it and plays quite a lot. If you ever give him like a bone or something, like a puppy bone, chew toy or whatever, he'll take it there and he'll start chewing it. And what we do for night, because the first night that we had him, we tried the crate beside the bed thing. It did not go over well. He was very anxious. He did not like being in the crate. Nobody was getting any sleep. Eventually, I just had to bring him downstairs and sleep with him on the couch because nobody was getting sleep and the crate wasn't working. And he had an accident on the bedroom floor because I couldn't leave him in the crate. And I just brought him down here out of pretty much desperation. And since then, that's what we've decided is working good for now. I like sleeping with him downstairs because the front door is right there. So if he does wake up and he has to pee, it literally takes me like 5 seconds to get him outside. It's much easier than carrying him down all the way from upstairs. It's much easier than having to get in and out of bed and go up and down the stairs. Yeah, it's kind of like sleeping with a newborn baby. And he loves sleeping on the couch with me. I'm sure that's probably a no-no. Like I probably should be teaching him to sleep in his crate beside the couch with me. And maybe that's what we'll progress to next, but he likes sleeping on the couch. I don't know. I'm probably setting myself up for failure and he's probably going to want to sleep in my bed in the future. But anyways, what I do for nighttime is I take his dog bed and I move the coffee table out and I just put his dog bed kind of right here in the corner. That way, if he happens to jump off the couch, he won't hurt himself, or if he happens to roll off the couch, he won't hurt himself. And sometimes he will sleep on the dog bed right beside me, knowing that I'm on the couch. He can hear me breathing, he can smell me, he can see me there. And he sometimes will sleep on his dog bed. So the next step, I guess, would be bringing the crate right beside the couch. I could do it upstairs in the bedroom, but again, it's so much like up and down the stairs multiple times throughout the night. And currently he is going outside between 4 and 5 times every single night still. So yeah, so that's our nighttime sleep arrangement. The bed goes beside the couch and I sleep on the long part of the couch and he usually ends up sleeping on the short part of the couch so he can kind of touch me. He likes to be touching me when he's sleeping. Actually, because he's such a baby, he does like to get one of my fingers in his mouth and he will fall asleep like with a finger in his mouth because I guess it's a pacifier. I was reading that puppies will often like want to suck on or like kind of nibble their owner's fingers because it reminds them of their mom, like their mom's teat. It's like a pacifying behavior. So I don't care if he does that. He doesn't do it the whole night. I just sometimes will let him do it till he's sleeping and then I'll pull my finger away and he's fine. But yeah, so this is kind of like where everything happens and it's good because he's getting really used to the whole house situation. He's really comfortable on the main floor. He knows where his food is. He knows where his bed is. He goes into his crate. He sometimes will even go sit by the door if he has to use the washroom. Not all the time, but he has done it. So potty training is actually going really well and we're just kind of trying to set ourselves up for success and at the same time not go crazy. I'm still trying to go to the gym. My partner and I are still trying to spend time alone together, like quality time alone. I get my daughter to watch him and we get quality time alone because that's important too, you know, not to, because you can get like what's called puppy blues, just like having the baby blues because your whole life is disrupted, your sleep is disrupted, your being able to go out and do things is disrupted, your alone time is disrupted, your quality time with your partner is disrupted, everybody's a little bit more stressed out, there's all this work. So it's really important to prioritize, like even with a new baby or a new puppy, it literally is like having a new baby. And I know because I've had a new baby. So that's kind of what it's all about right now. It's just like functionality, having things organized so that we have everything that we need, everything is within reach. Yeah, and he's actually been doing really good with his sleep. It's okay, little guy. Yeah, when he's sleeping, he'll wake up and see that I'm still there, and then he goes back to sleep. But yeah, the first night that we had him here, he was up multiple times throughout the night. Oh, big stretch. I hope he's not going to wake up now because I was just going to eat, but I might have to take him outside. But yeah, the first night he was here was not a good night. I was up every hour with him just because I was getting used to him. He was getting used to us. It was his first night away from his siblings, new environment, a little bit of anxiety. He was whining a lot and just needed to be comforted a lot. And I didn't know what I should be doing because I haven't had a brand new puppy before like this. So I was like, should I let him sleep with me? How long is this going to take? When is he going to start peeing outside? And he had so many accidents in the house on the first day, probably because we weren't noticing cues and stuff, and he was probably marking territory. It was just like all these things. So the first day was like super, super rough. And then the second night we had a bit of a better routine. He was a little bit more comfortable with us. I slept on the couch with him right from the get-go. I had everything organized. Last night, which I think was the third night, was actually better. So instead of getting me up 5 times, last night was only 4 times, and he's been sleeping a little bit longer through the night. I don't know if it's because of his vaccinations or if it's because he's getting more comfortable here, or if it's because we're getting into a routine, or if it's because he's a few days older. I'm not sure. It's probably a combination of everything. But yeah, last night he actually let me get like probably a good 7.5 hours of sleep. So that was really good, because the first night I think I only slept like 4.5 hours. All right, so today is day 4 of having him. When do we get him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, today is day 5. And as you can see, he's having a nap. We just got back from the park about 25 minutes ago. He loves going to the park, and we basically just sniff leaves while he sniffs the leaves. And I run and he chases me, and we play ball. And yeah, he's not so good at bringing the ball back, but so far he's just like showing interest in it and bounding after it and whatever. But yeah, it's amazing how fast he's learning and how much he's changing. All right, so he's changed positions here. And as I was saying, it's amazing how every day there's something new, something different that he's learned, or a new milestone for him, or something new that we've discovered about him. So one thing, just starting yesterday, he stopped showing interest in his treats that we bought him, like the specific treats for training. He is much more motivated by his kibble. He really, really likes just his regular dog kibble. So right now we're using the Hill Science, and then we're still trying to use up the stuff we had before, which I think I mentioned yesterday, so it's kind of half and half. But he absolutely loves his kibble. So that is what we're using for doing obedience training and doing little tricks, and trying to get him used to his crate and rewarding him for going outside to go potty and stuff like that. So, which is good, because the kibble is going to be better for him in the long run anyway, less risk of overfeeding him and stuff like that. And we can also use his second meal time as a good time to give him some training. So that is one new thing. Going through a ton of poop bags. If you guys are going to get poop bags for your puppy, I would recommend getting the large, like, value size. Ignore that, that's the cat's string. But yeah, I would recommend getting the large value size, because you go through them so fast. We went through one entire roll of poop bags in 5 days. And then what I did for the treat, I just put the old, what do you call it? It's an exercise pen. I kept on wanting to call it a crate yesterday, but that's not what it is. So I put his old exercise pen, I just doubled it up and put it around the tree and around this light, just in an effort to kind of puppy proof a little bit, because he can't move this. He can't push it in and he can't move it. And the other thing is, if he was going to have an accident in the house, his preferred place to have an accident is actually right here. I don't know why, that was just where he chose, either right there in the corner or right here. That was kind of where he would pick to go. So So I've used the enzymatic cleaner and gotten rid of all the odors and stuff. And then also he started showing an interest in the Christmas presents. So I decided just to put that up there for now, just to kind of quarantine off that section of the living room. And yeah, we also have 2 baby gates. And what I decided I'm going to do, I think, rather than have him in his crate when we have to go places, because I don't feel comfortable leaving him in the crate for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. It might be okay for an hour or 2, might be okay for just for sleeping overnight, which we're still working on. And I need to master that. I think tonight we're going to give it a go and see if he'll sleep in his crate. But rather than have him in his crate for if we have to leave, I would rather just puppy proof one area of the home and let him be in one area. So I don't know, we'll have to just play it kind of day by day, literally day by day and hour by hour, and see how it works as he gets older, see what kind of things he's interested in. If he obviously starts going after the fabric on the couch or the pillows and wants to chew those up, then it might not be a very good plan to have him quarantined to the living room area. But so far he's been pretty good in the living room. And I do have a baby gate that fits the bottom stairs to stop him from going up. That's another milestone that he mastered, is going up the stairs. Yesterday he didn't even want to look at them, and today he went up them twice. So he's really fast learning how to do those things. I need to get another baby gate that is wider. The one I have isn't wide enough, and I need one to go right there to keep him in the living room from the kitchen. So the other thing that he started doing today on day 5, I noticed, was he discovered, when he was napping by my feet, he discovered the legs on the chairs. And as you can see, he gave a little nibble and he did leave quite substantial teeth marks. And that was just from like one nibble. He has very sharp teeth, and these are not good for him to be chewing on. Plus, I don't want him eating whatever varnish is on the wood. So I did have to order some of that spray that you can spray furniture, so he doesn't like the way it tastes and he's not going to try to eat it. So yeah, keeping him out of the kitchen I think is going to be good, because I do feel like he might, and also it's just like a bigger area, more risk for having accidents and stuff like that. Yeah, but he is such a good boy. He's so smart and he's learning so fast, and he has only had a couple accidents in the house. One thing that I've learned is that if there is any kind of a blanket or a mat on the floor, he will pee on it. Like whether it's a cozy fluffy blanket. Today I had a sleeping bag on the floor because I was going to put it over his kennel just to make it more dark, because the blanket that's on his kennel right now is white, so it's not super dark. I was going to put a sleeping bag on his kennel to make it darker, and I left it on the floor for like 10 minutes and he peed on it. So that's the second time there's been a blanket on the floor that he's peed on. So pretty much nothing can be left on the floor except his dog bed. He does not pee on his bed, and he does not pee in his crate, and he doesn't pee on the couch either. He loves napping on the couch, and yeah, he has not at all like tried to pee on the couch. He has not shown interest in the pillows and the blankets on the couch, just if they're on the floor. His little eye is rolled back in his head. What else has he done? He's been able to find his way back home. He knows how to find his way back to the front door, even from the park. Like yesterday when we went to the park, we had to carry him back from the park to the home. But today I put his leash on and he was able to walk from the park all the way back home, which is pretty close. It's just across the street from the house, but still, using his nose, he literally found his way back to our front door. I was so impressed. Today, he also started sitting at the front door and whining when he had to go out. He's only done that once, but that was really good. So trying to reward that kind of behavior. I just thought I'd show you like with his toys here. So by far, so these are all the toys that he has right now, and by far his favorite toys are his croissant, which I'm not going to squeak because it's, look how cute this is, which I'm not going to squeak because I don't want to wake him up. But he loves his croissant because he likes something that's really small and squishy and soft that he can just grab and just shake the heck out of. He has this other one here that's a little bit more firm, and it's kind of too heavy for him at this point. I'm sure as he gets older, he'll show more interest in it. So right now he kind of just chews on the rope, but he's not really like excited to play with this toy particularly. This one's kind of like somewhere in the middle. This one, he's kind of started just trying to tear the fur off of the lion's head. But his favorite 2 toys for sure at this point are this new little Christmas tree we got him. This is a crinkle. It crinkles and it also has a squeaker, and quite a loud squeaker. And then it's got these strings on the end, which were tied in a knot. and he figured out how to untie it. So his two favorite toys right now are the croissant and the Christmas tree, and they both squeak and they both are nice and soft and plush, and that's what he really likes at the moment. And then in terms of his balls, he has these 3 balls. He has a tennis ball, he has this chuck it ball, which is a squeaker as well, and it's a little bit heavier and it's kind of like a rubbery material. And then this one here is plastic, and I don't know what this is for. I don't know if that's to put treats in. Again, he has no interest in the tennis ball. No interest in the tennis ball whatsoever. It's heavy, doesn't squish. I don't know, it's probably like too heavy for him and he can't get a good grip with his teeth. I think maybe that's why. So maybe when he's older, he'll like that one. But he absolutely loves this one. This one here with the spikes on it. I think because he can rub his teeth on it and it must just feel really good on his teeth and he can get a good grip. It's also really light. So this is his favorite ball. I just got that for him yesterday. But it's really funny how with puppies, you don't really know, like, you think you're getting the right stuff, you think you're getting the right toys and the right equipment, especially if you're new to having a puppy in the house like I am. Haven't had a puppy in the house for a long time, and the last time I did have a dog, it was a very different type of dog. It was a beagle, and we already had another dog in the house, and so he had like another dog to take after and keep him company and stuff. So there was no separation anxiety. He just hung out with the other dog. It was really good. But it's really amazing how you think you're getting all the right equipment for your dog. You think you have like all the necessary stuff, the right kind of bed, the right kind of crate, the right kind of toys, the right kind of food. You think you got it. And then about 2 or 3 days later, you realize you have to go out and get something else and something else and something else. And you just like learn as you go. It's kind of like having a new baby. If you've never had a new baby before, you just kind of learn by trial and error what works. And so, yeah, it's funny though. Every single day there's something new that he develops or some change we have to make. Last night he slept pretty good. I've been keeping track on a journal, just like a puppy log of how many times he's been getting up through the night, just so that when it seems like it's still a lot of work, or if I start to get like kind of tired or start to get like kind of puppy blues, like when is this going to end? This is so much work, or whatever, I can look back at the log and I can see just how far he's come. And last night he was really, really good. He still got me up 4 times during the night, which was the same as the night previous. And not that he was whining, but I can always hear when he gets up, like whenever he moves and stands up and stuff. For some reason I pick up on it like a sixth sense, and I just take him out instantly on the assumption that he probably has to go because I don't want to risk any accidents. So maybe he doesn't need to go that often, but I think he does, because every time I take him out, he pees, like every single time without fail. There's never been a time I've taken him out in the middle of the night that he hasn't peed. And then when I bring him back in, he goes right back to sleep pretty much immediately. So he must be waking up because he has to go, and that suits his bladder pretty well, getting up 4 times throughout the night at about 8-9 weeks old. So last night was about the same as the previous night. We're actually getting onto a really good pee routine. And I don't even have to set the alarm. I do set the alarm just in case I'm going to miss it. But it turns out that there's no point in setting an alarm because I always hear him when he starts fussing about. So last night he got me up at 11, 15, 1:30, 4:30, and 7:30. So just about every 2 to 3 hours, pretty much. But it's really nice that he's been giving me these nice long stretches, like between 4:30 and 7:30, 1:30 and 4:30. That's really nice to actually be able to sleep for those solid hours and actually go into REM sleep and be able to wake up feeling refreshed, because yeah, you need to get into REM sleep. And yeah, the first night I got him, I did not get to REM sleep. It was like every hour I was being woken up. Yeah, so it's been nice. I know for sure that I'm getting a good deep sleep because I've been having dreams and I wake up feeling more refreshed. And even though my sleep is broken, I still feel refreshed. Yeah, and because my boyfriend is the one who's working the most right now, I'm working a lot less than he is at the moment. So he gets to sleep and I get to get up with the baby, which is fine because that's just fine with me. That's my job. He helps make sure we have everything we need and I get up with the babe. Yes, I would say that the biggest things that we're working on right now with him is not chewing on the legs in the kitchen, not biting our ankles because he likes to chase you and bite your ankles and your feet, which I know is common for puppies. He's starting to learn though. He's getting better at it. he's starting to learn that he shouldn't be doing that and that he should go to his toys, but I think that's going to be a work in progress. And the other thing we're working on is still just getting that potty training, getting him to signal us that he has to go outside, which he's learning. He's doing really well with that. And crate training. Yeah, we're still working on crate training, but I don't want to be like stressed about it because I feel like I feel like we expect a lot, you know what I mean? Like, he's only a 9-week-old puppy. We expect him to go potty outside, sleep throughout the night, don't bite the ankles, don't bite things you're not supposed to bite, only play with your toys, let us sleep, you know, all these things. Like, we really expect a lot from him, really. And he has done so well. Like, he's so insanely smart and he's so eager to please. And it's just like blows my mind how smart he is and how fast he picks up on things. Just have to have patience and just keep going and keep working at it. And I know that it's going to probably get worse before it gets better. Like, right now he's still so young that he sleeps. It's kind of like it's literally like having a newborn baby. Once they get up and they get moving around, and then you kind of have like a toddler around who's really getting into things and he's really testing the boundaries and limits. And also his size, like, he's going to get big really fast and he's going to be stronger. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some challenging days ahead for sure, but definitely I have to work on the crate thing for Night because he can't have free run until he's fully house trained. Boy, yeah, he can't be left obviously in the living room or in the bedroom or anything like that until he's fully trained. Like I said, and I know this isn't the best thing and I'm probably shooting myself in the foot, but I've been sleeping with him on the couch for the last few nights, just because that way I can sleep and I can take him outside. And that's important to me. What my priority for Nights is that we avoid accidents. He learns to pee outside and everybody gets to sleep. That was like my main concern because I was not sleeping. So once we have that like underway, you know, I think then we're going to slowly progress. So like tonight, I think we're going to try the crate. Same thing, same room. I'm going to sleep on the couch so everything's familiar, but I'm going to see if he'll sleep in his crate. And I'm sure he'll whine a little bit, but I'm also sure that he'll settle. It's going to be tough. It's going to take me being tough because I don't like listening to him cry. Not that I can't ignore it. I can ignore it if I have to. I just feel bad for him, you know, like I hate listening to him whimper and whine. And at the same time, do you have to put a dog in a crate? Like, some people never put a dog in a crate, you know, and I was asking people on Instagram what their thoughts were on crate training, and overwhelmingly, most people said they preferred to look at him. Most people said they preferred to just puppy-proof a room and like let him sleep close to you. And I know a lot of people let their dogs sleep with them. It's funny how not very long ago I was all about having perfectly clean bedding and like silk pillowcases, and now I'm contemplating letting my dog sleep with me. Like, but your dog changes you. He turns you into an outdoors person. He turns you into somebody who doesn't care if they get to the gym on time anymore. He turns you into somebody who, you know, I just like all the things I was so preoccupied with a couple weeks ago. It's like all of that's out the window at the moment. It's just all about the dog. One thing is he does like sleeping on the floor. He prefers sleeping on the floor or on the couch to his bed. And I think it's because he gets too hot because it is warm out. We've been having abnormally warm weather, and he's got a lot of fur. So I think he's just cooler sleeping on the floor. He just gets so comfortable, which is the other thing. Like, for his crate, I wonder, should I just take out his bed? Like, would he sleep better without his bed in there? I don't know. I guess we'll trial and error. We'll trial and error, and we'll see how things go tonight. And hopefully oh, big stretch. My poor little baby. He loves sleeping with me, so then I feel bad. He just likes to be by mom. Good morning. This is the morning of day 6, and I'm just having some breakfast and watching some dog videos and also looking at my own stories because I'm obsessed with him and he's so cute. Yeah. So like I told you guys, I think yesterday, one of his new pet peeves, or my pet peeves, one of his new things he's been doing is biting at the chairs, the legs on the chairs. I ordered this stuff to spray on them, but it's not going to be here till Wednesday, but he's pretty easy to redirect. Like, he's pretty good if you just like clap your hands really loud and tell him no, and then redirect him to a toy and then praise him for playing with his toy. He's pretty good. Like, he's already starting to not chew on my ankles and bite my feet. He really loves when you walk. He loves to chase you and bite at your ankles, which I saw was pretty common puppy behavior. But yeah, we're all 3 of us in the house are like trying to teach him not to, and he's actually learning pretty fast. Like, for me anyways, I've spent so much time with him so far that yeah, he's starting to listen to me and he's not biting my ankles as much, which is good. But this is kind of our morning routine. I mean, it's always my morning routine. I always make breakfast. As you can see, I've got the charger for the computer on the table. I don't want to take any risks leaving that down here. Even the TV cord in the living room, I'm going to have to remember to put that up if he's ever in the house by himself. Don't want to take any chances. Yesterday, he went after my straightening iron when I was upstairs just quickly doing my hair. He like went right after it. I was like, nope. Okay, so absolutely, yeah, we can't have anything like down that he could possibly hurt himself on. Anyways, yeah, this is my morning routine. It is, what time is it? 9:19 in the morning, and he did so good last night. He did really good last night. So what I've noticed is that I notice him waking up. Like if I hear him move or stir at all, it's like I'm awake. It's almost like that motherly sixth sense kind of thing. And I'm always worried like, okay, do you have to pee? Like I don't want you to have an accident. But sometimes he just is moving around and, you know, he'll just kind of look at me and see that I'm there and he'll just go back to sleep. So actually last night he had a pretty good stint. He went for about like, I want to say like 4.5 hours without having to go outside to pee, which is good because he didn't have water throughout the night, right? So maybe that has something to do with it, but he did really, really good last night. We still got up 4 times. So we got up at 12:30, 2:30, 3-ish, and then not again till 7:30. So yeah, pretty good. He went a long time. He did really good. And then I just made myself some coffee, and when I come here and have breakfast and have coffee, he comes and lays down by my feet and has a little nap. I've been putting the bird channel on for him, like dog channels, nature channels, when he's like up and around in the room, because the goal is to, if he's comfortable hearing something on TV, like if he hears and sees this going when I am here, then the hope is that when I do have to leave him, if I have this going, it's going to be some sort of like pacifier, you know, it's going to be like very normal for him. Like, okay, everything's the same. Everything sounds the same. Mom must be close by, or everything's fine, you know, just something to kind of keep him company. I was seeing on YouTube that dog channels really help dogs with stuff like that. So yeah, he likes this one, and he likes anything with the birds and squirrels, but he also really likes the farm ones where there's like sheep and cows, and it's just like this calming, like, I don't know, like ASMR dog music, sheep and cattle and stuff like that. He really, really enjoys that. I don't know why, but he'll sit there and like look at it. I'm not trying to encourage him to watch TV. I want him to be active. I want him to be active and play with his toys and stuff, which he does. But yeah, later today, I'm really excited because we're going to be taking him to the park and we're going to have a pupnik and we're going to play ball, and it's going to be so much fun. I honestly, you guys, like, I'm not an outdoor person, but I have become an outdoor person thanks to Ivar. Like I'm already looking into like better winter gear. I'm like, how can I stay warm outside this winter? Because usually I hate going outside, like not hate it, but I like being outside, but I don't like doing a lot of outdoor activities. I just kind of it's not my favorite thing. Yeah, outdoor activities are not always my favorite thing. I prefer to be nice and warm, especially in the winter time, but I'm already kind of looking into like, what kind of jacket should I get? Because the one I have isn't very good for spending a long period of time outside in the winter, but I want to be able to take him for walks as long as it's not too cold for him. I was reading that you shouldn't take a dog for a walk if it's below -10. Is that true? I feel like people take their dogs for walks below -10 more than, I don't know. You guys tell me what your advice would be for that. Like, maybe not, but I mean, where I live in winter, we have a lot of weeks, like weeks on end where it's below -10. So I don't know how that's going to work, because he's going to need a lot of activity. I just sneezed and it woke him up. I'm sorry, Ivar. Yeah, he always wakes up when I sneeze. Anyway, I better finish my coffee here. I've got a bit of a sniffle, I think just because this week has been very busy and I haven't slept as much as normal and gotten like a thorough, like full 8 hours straight of sleep. I'm really looking forward to when that happens again, but I'm actually just looking forward to being able to sleep in my bed again. I think that, I don't know about tonight, but tomorrow night for sure, and like this week, the goal is going to be to start transitioning to the crate beside the bed. I think he's starting to feel comfortable enough, like knowing that I'm there, I'm not leaving, I'm not going anywhere. If he wakes up, I'm there. He's doing really good with house training and stuff. I don't feel like I have to be right beside the door. Like, I think we can be upstairs, and I think I'm going to work on letting him sleep in the crate at night, because you guys, I would just really love to sleep in my own bed for once. I've been sleeping on the couch now for almost a week, and I get a fine sleep on the couch, but there's nothing like your own bed, you know? And at some point, he's going to have to learn to sleep in his crate in the bedroom. unless I puppy-proof the bedroom and he sleeps on a dog bed on the floor, that is an alternative as well. I was talking to my partner about like how he feels about the dog sleeping on the bed with us because, you know, I don't know, some people let the dog sleep on the bed and he likes to be close to you, you know, but ideally we need to get used to the crate. Like we just need to. It's going to be beneficial for him to know that it's okay for him to be in there with the door shut. It's going to be beneficial if he ever has to go to the vet and they keep him in a kennel. He's got to get used to being in a crate or being in a kennel. So he loves being in his kennel here, like in the house. He voluntarily goes into his kennel. He plays in there, he eats in there, he chills in there, he goes in there all the time, like throughout the day on his own. And I give lots of positive reinforcement and I give him treats, and we practice having the door shut and giving him treats and seeing that, you know, everything's okay when you're in a kennel. It's okay to have the door shut. So he's doing well. But yeah, we got to master the sleep thing. And this week, I think, because I've got a few days off this week, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on kennel, bedtime, nighttime, sleep in the crate. I keep calling it a kennel. And he actually knows the word. I've taught him how to go in his kennel. Later today, I'll show you guys all the things we've taught him for obedience training. Yeah, 3 things for sure. He knows sit, lay down, and go in your kennel. He knows those 3 things. And he's picking up on other stuff. Like he's picking up on like, do you have to go outside? Oh, we're teaching him to come and stay. Come, sit, stay. He's learning that really well. He loves the stay one. He's like he like watches you like a hawk waiting for his signal that he can come get his treat. He's so freaking smart. And I think I told you guys yesterday, he found his way back from the park all on his own. Like obviously on a leash, but he used his nose and sniffed his way back home from the park, where the day before we had to carry him back and show him how to get back. Yesterday, he like found his way home right to the front door from the park, which is across the street. I was so proud of him. Anyway, gonna finish my breakfast now while I still have a few moments before he gets up, and then he and I are gonna go outside for a potty break. Ivar, are you waking up? Did you wake up? Now he'll have a drink of water, and then we'll go outside, and he'll probably have a number 1 and a number 2 because he hasn't done number 2 yet today. And he had breakfast. I noticed he doesn't always need to use the bathroom after he eats and drinks, but definitely every time he wakes up and after a play session. So yeah, I'm gonna put the camera down now. I'm gonna take him out to do his business, and I'll spend probably about like a good 10-15 minutes outside just to make sure, like in case he doesn't go. Sometimes he dilly-dallies. It's one thing he does walk around and get a little distracted and sniff leaves, but eventually he does go. You're not gonna go back to sleep, are you? You're not gonna go back to sleep. No. You're not still tired, are you? Ivar, are you still tired? Should we go outside? Like little puppy eyes. Should we go outside and have a potty break, huh? He likes to nibble a little bit on the fingers, like just gentle nibble and lick, and that's okay. I don't mind if he does that, but we're trying to discourage him from those hard bites, which are very hard, as evidenced by the holes in my shirt and the marks all over my hand and wrist and all over my feet. So yeah, I'm gonna put the camera down, I think, and go take him out for do his business, because I feel like he's probably gonna go. He knows how to get up the stairs, but he isn't very confident coming down them. And sometimes it's really funny. He'll get mad at the stairs and he'll sit there and he'll bark. He has like this big tough puppy bark. Ivar, you gonna come down? Are you gonna come down? Are you gonna come down? Okay, I don't want you to, okay, I don't want him to hurt himself. Where's your toys? Ivar, where's your ball? Should we do some tricks? Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Down. Good boy. Good boy. You're so smart. You're so smart. Come. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Down. Good boy. He's so smart. Yes, we're so smart. You're so smart. Yes, look at you. You're so smart. It's a good boy. Okay, we'll put the camera away and we'll do some more playing. I think we're doing pretty good with our kennel. I just had him in there and I pulled back the blankets and gave him some airdrops, some little treats through the top with the door shut, because he was being a good boy sitting there. He wasn't whining. He wasn't trying to get out. So we're doing reinforcement with that. And then he just, Did did you do? What did you do, huh? What did you do? He just took his favorite Christmas tree toy and he took it into his kennel and started chewing it. He likes it in there. But yeah, the next step is going to be to... Oh, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? I was wondering if I shouldn't move that bed out of there. Like, he's got that puppy bed, but I wonder if I shouldn't just take the little mat out of it and put it down and take out the fluffy part, like the big fluffy part, because he likes to stretch out, you know? And I feel like he's not going to want to sleep in that bed at nighttime. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he seems to like it, but at the same time, I know he likes to stretch out. And so I don't know if I should take out that whole thing, because there's not a lot of room for him to stretch out, and he does get quite warm at night. I've noticed he doesn't like to be like nestled in a bunch of covers or anything, and he doesn't like to be too close to you, like too snuggled up close. He wants your comfort, but then he kind of goes away and lays on his own part of the couch. So I might try that. I might try taking this fluffy thing out and just leaving the other part. Wait, what are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? Anyway, that's it for our adventures so far today. He went outside. He did go outside and he had a nice poop and a nice pee. Took him about 10 minutes or so. He was kind of watching the traffic and sniffing the leaves and stuff, and then finally he relieved himself, which is good. So yeah, shouldn't have to go to the bathroom again for hopefully another 1 to 2 hours, I'm hoping. Yeah, you just have to constantly be watching, because yeah, if you miss the opportunity, if he starts sniffing around the door and you happen to not notice, that's your opportunity, and then you miss it and then he pees. But he's pretty good. He's getting pretty good. Very few accidents. I would say he has like probably 1 accident a day now, and that's our fault, not his. It's because we missed his cues and he went on the floor. But he's getting pretty good. He's starting to associate that go outside. And when we put our jacket on and stuff, he's starting to realize that he should come sit with us and that he gets to relieve himself when he goes outside. So, all right, so it is. Come on, Ever. Come on, Ever. No, we're going to go for a walk. He's already been out and done his business, but I wanted to take you guys out and show you what we were doing this morning. But the smart little guy knows how to find his way back to the door, and I think he's done. I think he wants to go in. Good morning, guys. Today is day 7. We got Ivar exactly a week ago today. He's currently playing with his favorite toy, his croissant. And I'm just having my morning coffee. And we just got in from a little potty break, and I was hoping to catch some footage of him playing out there for you guys and just kind of sniffing around and stuff. But he is so smart. He knows when he's done being outside, and he doesn't like the cold all that much. So as soon as he's done peeing and pooping, he comes inside, and he knows how to find the front door. He's so smart. Yeah, so last night was a lot better. I actually worked yesterday, and I was determined to sleep in my own bed because, as I told you guys, we've been sleeping on the couch. Don't mind the parcels and stuff here. I got a couple parcels. One of them is actually a workout outfit, which, on that note, I haven't been to the gym pretty much at all since we got him. I've only gone once. I'm going to go tonight, though. My daughter's going to watch him. Where's your toys, Ivar? Get your toys. I'm trying to dissuade him from chewing on my ankles. This is probably not the best time to be filming because he wants me to play with him. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Go get him. Go get him. Anyways, yeah. So tonight I'm going to go to the gym. Got some parcels to put away. Yeah, he needs to be dissuaded from chewing the ankles. That's one of his favorite things to do. Good boy. See, he takes his little Christmas tree and he goes into his kennel. He plays with him in there, which is good, and I've been feeding him in there too to get him used to being in the kennel, although he doesn't really sleep in it yet. I've been keeping a sleep log here of when he gets up so I can like compare how often he's been getting up. And last night he only got me up at 12:30, 2:30, and then not again till 7:30 in the morning. So he actually let me sleep until 7:30 this morning. And now he's playing with a Tupperware container. I'm going to make sure he doesn't chew it apart, obviously, or choke on it or anything, but he actually likes that container more than a lot of his own toys. I'm like, whatever keeps your little brain occupied, because he has a lot of energy and he wants to chew, he wants to attack our feet. That's his favorite thing, is attacking our feet and our ankles as we walk. And I know he's just playing and he doesn't know any better, and that's what he would do with his brothers and sisters. So I try not to like punish him or scold him or anything, but he has to learn right from wrong, that he can't be chewing our ankles. That's a good boy. Ivar, Ivar, go get it. Go get it. Yeah, so I would say probably the only things he's doing lately that are kind of bugging me, like the only things we really need to figure out, is the wanting to chew and bite the ankles as we walk. And also he started to chew on the legs of the chairs in the kitchen. So I ordered some bitter orange spray, and that's going to be here today. Yeah, otherwise things are good. He let me sleep in my own bed last night. That was really good. I was kind of thinking he would want to crawl up in bed with me, but he didn't. He just wanted a little bit of attention, and a couple times I did go lay down on his dog bed with him. Where's your toys? Where's your toys, Ivar? Go get it. Go get it. I've been giving him positive reinforcement, like giving him a little treat when he plays with his toys. He knows I have a treatment. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I've been giving him positive reinforcement because he's very motivated by his kibble. As you can see, now he wants more. And I'm trying to praise him and give him positive reinforcement when he's doing the things I want him to do, which is play with his toys, be calm, not attack my ankles, and trying to dissuade him with a firm no, and kind of gently swatting him away a little bit from my ankle when he does attack my ankle, just so he gets the picture that like you can't be biting ankles. But it's very frustrating, like when they have these razor sharp teeth and they are biting your hands or your ankles or whatever during play. It freaking hurts. Like I got marks, like he's drawn blood. He's got like, you know, he likes to attack your feet, and it does not feel good. That's the only thing that I'm like, get really mad when he does. Other than that, he doesn't really do anything to make me mad. You know, he's a good boy. Like this here is a fresh hole in my shirt. He just put that there because he wants to play, and he grabs a hold of your clothing and he holds onto it for dear life, and he has sharp little teeth. And he can't help it, like your feet are at eye level, right? So he always just wants to get your feet. He really likes his Christmas tree. But yeah, I have to go back to the pet store and see about getting him some more things he can chew and bite that aren't me. I have a couple things coming from Amazon today. I ordered some orange spray to spray on the legs of the kitchen chairs, and also anything in the living room that I don't want him chewing on. So that's going to be here today, which is really good because that's something that's really going to be a problem, I think. He really likes chewing on the legs of the kitchen chairs. And I also ordered him a snuffle mat so he can have some mental stimulation and look for his food. And that's going to be here today too. And what else? I also ordered him a Bobble-Lot, which you can put food in and it kind of like rolls around the floor and he can knock his kibble out of the toy. So I'm trying to incorporate a lot of mental stimulation for him because it's good for him, and also mental stimulation tires out dogs more than physical stimulation, and they need both. They need to be physically, I'm not some kind of expert, this is just what I've been reading, but they need to be physically and mentally stimulated. So, and he doesn't love his Kong. I don't know, I thought he would love it. I even stuffed it with banana and peanut butter and froze it one day, but I think he's still just a little too young for it. He just isn't crazy about it. I think as he gets older, he'll probably really enjoy the Kong, but yeah, so far he kind of just chases it around the room and stuff. But yeah, right, Ivar? Oh, are you tired already? Are you tired? Yeah, when he starts to get tired, he whines a little bit. Yeah. Are you tired? Is it time for a nap already? Let's not chew on my camera. Okay. I was reading that it's not good to let them go up the stairs a lot when they're this age, like too much, because it can cause joint problems later. But I think it is good to build his agility and his coordination and stuff, and it's good to kind of tire him out. Oh, it's a good boy. Look at those big jumps. Then I gotta shut the cat's door because this is where the kitty's litter is. Ivar. And my daughter's bedroom is a disaster and it is not puppy proof, so I gotta bring him out of here. I let him come upstairs, but I don't let him roam around the house free. Like my bedroom is right there. He only goes in that at night. We're gonna just go in that at night when we sleep. Otherwise, he can go in the bathroom. Nothing in the bathroom that can hurt him. That's my daughter's room, and that's the cat's designated room, which I have a thing coming to section off that room from the dog. Ivar, do you have to go outside? He wants to go in my bedroom. Okay, you can go in there for a minute. You can go in there for a minute. That there would be one of my shirts and my boyfriend's pillow. Oh, are you gonna have a nap on it? Yeah, I gave him one of my old shirts that I wore for quite a few days in a row because it smells like me, and I also gave him my boyfriend's pillow. But anyway, I think it's time for a potty break. So yeah, I think we should go outside for a potty break, and then I think it's gonna be nap time. Tired and wants up on my bed, and we're not gonna get into that habit. I decided that my bed is gonna be my bed. If one thing in this house is only mine, it's going to be my bed, which I did get to sleep in last night. So what I do for nighttime is I brought his kennel up and I put his kennel right there with the door open. He didn't really go into it much. He doesn't show a lot of interest sleeping in his kennel or in his crate. He prefers to sleep either just right on the floor or on his dog bed. So I'm okay with that as long as I puppy-proof the room. So what I did was I put one of the blinds up there, one of the curtains, so he can't get at it. There's nothing down here that he can really hurt himself on or hurt. If he starts showing interest in my ottoman, I'm going to move that. Bookshelf is okay so far. The nightstand is kind of out of the way. I've unplugged everything. There's no like plugins or anything he can hurt himself on. For nighttime, I do remove the mirror, and I also remove the box that it's on just so he doesn't inadvertently knock it over on himself or something. I think he's starting to get tired. He did just go out and have a pee and a poo not that long ago, so he might not have to at the moment. But I just put my boyfriend's pillow and my shirt in there for him to try to encourage him, because he really loves sleeping on my boyfriend's pillow, which he kind of just, my boyfriend was like, you can just keep it, like let him sleep on it if he wants. It comforts him, and it's probably going to be a good separation anxiety tool. But you can tell he's getting tired because that's what he does. He just, yeah, I know, you're tired. He flops down and starts to look for a place to nap. It's literally a full-time job. Like, here we go up the stairs again. Ivar, where are you going? Look at that little turd. Look at that little turd. Yeah, I think he wants to have a nap. Where are you going? Ivar, where are you going? I just brought him out to do his business, and there he goes. That's a good boy. He saw me put treats in my pocket, so he knows. He knows I got treats. And then he heard a bird and got distracted. And sometimes he just walks around and sniffs leaves and tries to eat leaves. He gets distracted really easily, which is okay. He's only like, actually I think this week he's 10 weeks maybe. He also loves to dig. That's another thing. We're going to have to try to dissuade him from digging up the yard because we do rent. We do not own this place, so I can't imagine, can't imagine the landlords are going to enjoy him digging things up, but he just has such a good nose. He finds things and then he like chews them up. Somebody just came up in their car. He's looking at them. Hi. Who's that?
Patiently waiting.
You want to come say hi to him? You can.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, it's okay. Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I scared
It's okay.
you. See you.
See you. Yeah, he's such a good boy. It's funny because he likes most people, but there's the odd person who will approach him and he gets kind of spooked. And he knows who he likes and who he doesn't too. He's a very, very intuitive little guy. There's only been a handful of people he hasn't liked when they've approached him. Most people he gets ecstatic when they approach him, other people not so much. This is another thing, you guys. How do you is it a big deal if he chews on the odd twig or the odd stick? Because I feel like when dogs are outdoors, like on the farm and stuff, which his litter mates would have been, like his litter mates and his mom and dad were farm dogs. So they were always outside, like free run of whatever, chewing on stuff. Is it really hurting them? Like I was reading about it and they were saying you shouldn't let your dog chew on sticks and leaves because it can cause intestinal obstructions or they can choke on them and stuff like that, obviously. But I feel like if you have a backyard and you let your dog out, he's going to chew on things. Like, is it that big of a deal? Am I being too careful? Am I being too cautious about it? I don't know. He loves chewing on things. Yeah. I don't think he has to poop. I think now he's just playing around. I'm hoping he has I'd really like him to have a number 2 while we're out here, but if he doesn't, that's okay. Most time, actually all during the night, like every single time I take him out at night, he pees instantly, and then we go back inside. And actually when he pees in the middle of the night, he wants to go back inside and he wants to go back to sleep, and he goes back to sleep pretty much instantly, so that's really nice. So it's not like there's never this game of like trying to get him to fall back asleep or him wanting to play in the middle of the night. He doesn't do that. He comes out, he does his business, and then we go back in, and most times he's like willing to go back in, like he wants to go in. But he always finds the dirt and always wants to dig, always, which I don't think the landlords will like. Yeah, so he's done doing his business. Now he just wants to play with twigs and stuff like that. Later today I will take him to the park. I've been taking him to the park every single day for about 10 minutes or so, and just letting him run without a leash on, just letting him kind of get out his energy and get on a good gallop, because it's really hard for him to get on a good run in our house because we've got laminate flooring and it's slippery. And it's also hard for him to get a run when I've got the leash on. So I want him to go out and be able to have a good gallop without the leash on once in a while. Okay, now we're chewing rocks though. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Okay, now we gotta go inside because we're just gonna eat rocks now. He does love my slippers. If I leave my slippers out, they are fair game, and really that's my fault. If I don't want him chewing on them, I need to put them away, otherwise they're just fair game and he's just gonna chew on them. But look, now he knows it's nap time and he's gonna want up on the couch. See, I've been spoiling him because now he knows that he can go on the couch for a nap. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I've definitely been spoiling him because now he knows that this is like nap spot. I shouldn't have done that right from day one. I should have encouraged him to sleep on his bed or sleep in his kennel, but I've spoiled him a little bit, which nobody told me this. Like, I was talking to somebody, actually, was I talking to someone on Instagram? Nobody tells you, like, I was gonna get my coffee, that when you get a dog, like, you know how when you give birth to a baby on the maternity ward, they give you all these pamphlets and all this information, and they hook you up with community health, and a public health nurse comes and visits you, and she teaches you about things, and she asks how breastfeeding is going, and they give you tips on baby proofing your home, and then you have like prenatal classes. Like, I never took a pre-puppy class. You know, I've had a puppy before, but it was a beagle. It was much different than this guy. Also, at the time that I got the beagle, we also had another dog at the same time, so he like followed suit with what the other dog did. He kind of just went where the other dog went, and he was really smart, and he learned that. But this guy's totally different. Like, a German Shepherd's obviously a very different breed from a beagle. It's also larger, so his bites hurt more, you know, and everything he does is just on a larger scale. He's super, super smart, but yeah, like, why, you know, when we took him to the vet for his first shots and his first checkup, it would have been, I feel like they should give you like some sort of a pamphlet or something on like tips for your German Shepherd or tips for your puppy or what to do and what not to do. Because for me, honestly, like, so much of it, if I didn't look it up on YouTube, it's been trial and error. It's literally been learning through necessity and learning through, oh, I bought this thing and it's not working. Let's try something else. Or, you know, like, so much of it, right down to the food we initially got him and the equipment that I initially got and the toys that I initially got, like, and where we're sleeping at night and where should he sleep and is it okay to let him sleep with me? I mean, what can you do when they're an 8-week-old puppy and they have separation anxiety from their mom and it's their first night alone from their mom and their first week alone from their litter mates? I think it's okay to spoil them a little bit and cuddle them and let them sleep close to you for comfort. Like, and I also think it helps build your bond and strengthen your bond with your dog. Like, it's like a baby. Your baby needs cuddles. Your child needs cuddles. You have to build that bond, you know, and then you also have to start, like with a baby, with a toddler, getting them used to sleeping in their own bed and all that kind of stuff. And some people don't. Some people co-sleep. Like, a lot of parents co-sleep, and people have different thoughts on that. But one thing I'm really happy about is that I got some good sleep last night. Last night was the best sleep I've gotten since I got him, because I was like determined to sleep in my own bed. I was like, okay, I'm sleeping in my own bed. Well, I am not sleeping on this couch anymore. We are not doing the couch business. I need to get a good night's sleep, and I need to sleep in my own bed. And so I set up his bed on the floor in the bedroom. I set up the crate, and I just decided, okay, well, one of three things is going to happen. A, he's going to sleep in his kennel, in his crate, which would be ideal. B, he's going to sleep on his dog bed. Or C, he's going to want to crawl up with me in my bed. One of three things. But I was like, no matter what, I'm sleeping in my bed. Like, I have to. And luckily, all he did last night was he whined a little bit. He kind of tried to jump up on the bed. I gave him a pet. I reassured him. I put him back on his bed. I laid down with him for like 30 seconds just till he was kind of comfortable and settled. And then I went back to my own bed, and then he slept on his bed the rest of the night, aside from getting up to pee. That's what we have to do, because if I start making the mistake, and I know that if I start making the mistake of letting him sleep in my bed, it is a habit that is not going to be easy to break. You have to keep your sanity somehow. Some things have to be just for you, because a new puppy is so much work and it's a full-time job. And even things like my skincare routine, I still make sure to do my skincare routine in the morning. I make sure that he's okay, or he's sleeping, or somebody's with him. And then I go upstairs and I wash my face. I do my whole thing. But my focus has definitely changed a lot. Like a week and a half ago, I was focusing on what skincare am I using, and when am I going to go to the gym today, and cleaning the house and getting my nails done. And now that I've got this puppy, until he's older and until he's settled and potty trained and sleeping through the night, and I can trust him not to eat the house when I'm not around, until that happens, it's going to be all about him, I think, you know. So it's literally like having a new baby. That's what it is. It's like having a child, which I've been through before, so I can compare the two. And I would say that actually the dog is harder, because you can't bring the dog with you. So if I have to go to Walmart, or if I have to go to get groceries, or I got to go get my nails done, or I want to go out for coffee, I can't bring him. So it actually almost confines you even more so to the house, which I think is why crate training and puppy proofing is going to be so important, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do anything. Like, I'm starting to realize, like, at first I was like, I don't think I want to use the crate, because I don't want to put him in the crate. Like, I just don't want to, you know. I feel bad for the poor little guy. I don't like when he whines, you know. But I think it's going to come to a point when I'm just going to be like, hey, we got to do something, because I have to leave the house. I have to get groceries. I have to go to the gym. I have to do things. I am not going to sit around at the house all day watching you every single day for 6 months. There, so he was on the couch and he was asleep, and I just picked him up and put him in his crate. And he's got my boyfriend's pillow behind him, and then he's got my shirt that smells like me, and then he's got just kind of a nice blanket there. He doesn't like sleeping on something too warm. He gets really warm. So anyway, yeah, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start like getting him used to sleeping in his crate. I want him to feel like this is his safe, comfortable spot he can sleep in, so that if I have to go somewhere and it's nap time, I can put him in there, kind of let him fall asleep, and I can go do my thing, because I'd rather him be in here sleeping and resting, or playing with a favorite toy, than just in here awake. I don't ever want him in here like awake during the day for long periods of time with nothing to do. I just would feel too bad. Like, I don't know. I know that there's countries in the world where crates are banned, but then at the same time, you see so many people, all the experts, and like so many people saying like, utilize your crate. So I'm trying to get on board with that, but it's hard when you're a first time puppy mom and you've never used one before. Definitely hard, which is why there's so many videos out there on it. So now it's time for me to have my coffee and for him to have a little nappy poo. And when he's sleeping is when I'm gonna do some things I need to do. Like, I have to put my laundry away. I'm gonna go upstairs and do that while he's napping. There's nothing else I have to do, I don't think. But I try to do things similar to when you have a baby. I try to do things when they're napping that I can't do when they're awake. As long as he knows I'm around, he's fine. As long as he can sense that I'm in the room and stuff, he sleeps. If I leave the room, actually when he's in a deep sleep, I can get up and I can go around. I can leave the room. I can go upstairs. I can do things. But if he's not in a deep sleep, he notices when I leave. But I'm trying to get him used to, like, when I go upstairs, it doesn't mean like everything's fine. Like, if I go upstairs and I'm not with you in the same room, it's okay. I'm trying to get him used to that, but it's only been a week. Like, I'm probably just expecting too much too soon. But something I do want to do is I want to take down that stupid tree, because that's just a temptation for him. And also, when he wanted to pee before, his favorite place to pee was by the tree. So I want to take the tree down. I want to get rid of that furry mat underneath the tree so he doesn't think he should go play with it, because definitely that'll be a play thing or a pee thing or something. And then as for the light, it's going to have to either be moved somewhere where the switch is, or the plug-in is out of his reach. So I might have to move it behind the couch perhaps, or else I'll just always have to keep it sectioned off somehow out of his reach, or it just won't be allowed to be plugged in, one or the other. Or I might have to get rid of the lamp altogether. I don't know. Yeah, and then as for like when he gets older, I'm just hoping and praying that he doesn't start going after the couch. Like I just hope he doesn't start thinking the couch is something he should destroy. But you guys tell me, like if you have experience with puppies, with dogs, especially with German Shepherds or with large breed puppies, what are your biggest tips? And like if you got your dog used to the house and not destroying everything, and you know, with guidance and with supervision and everything and short periods of time away, tell me how you did it. Because I'm still not sure. I think I'm going to baby gate off one room for him. Just baby gate off this area here and only leave him for a couple of hours at a time. Or I might have to utilize that exercise pen and just kind of make him a larger enclosure with his crate and the exercise pen and everything he needs in the pen. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet, but this week is the week we got to work on it, because we have to start making some progress on it, because otherwise I'm not going to have any independence and I'm not going to be able to go anywhere, and I'm going to always have anxiety when I leave the house. I want to get him comfortable and used to me not being here all the time. So that, I think, is wraps up week 1. So hopefully I can continue doing these videos, and if you guys are interested in seeing how he grows up and what changes happen as he gets older and stuff like that, and like how I change things up in here to make it work for us and how it's going, I think this is definitely long enough for video number 1. I think I got lots of good footage of him. And I think I'll probably just end the video here while he's happy.